Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay, so for supplies I have a piece of thick white cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. I have a piece of olive colored cardstock, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I've die cut a piece out of the center just to save a little bit of cardstock. I have a piece of vanilla, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of white, which I've die cut with this die, and then I've run it through again to make it a little bit shorter. Okay, so you run it through like that, would be the whole way, and then you're going to scooch it down and line up these. See how they fit in the notches? Then run it through again, and it'll make it a little bit shorter. I have a scrap of white also, so let's get started. Oh, I'm going to be using this stamp here. It's a Stampin' Up! Stamp. I think it's Textured Essentials. The Sahara Sand ink. I'm using these two stamps. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. I believe they're Gina K, but I don't remember. And I'm using Wild Wheat and Early Espresso, and then I'm using Sentiment stamp. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is bring this stamp in and my Early Espresso ink. I'm sorry I can't be more detailed as far as my stamps and stuff, because some of them I've had for so long I don't even remember. I just have them by category now instead of by maker. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp this on here. Let's see, which way do I want it? I think I'll just do it just like that, right in the center. And I'm stamping this texture stamp with the Sahara Sand. Okay. And I'm going to come in with Early Espresso. And this olive branch type stamp. I think it's an olive branch. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right in the center. Okay. I'm going to put that aside to dry for a minute. While that's drying, I'm going to bring in the vanilla piece and the Wild Wheat color from Stampin' Up! In this stamp here, it's like a ferny stamp. It's solid though. So I'm just going to bring this in, and I'm just going to stamp the background of this. Just take your time so that you get a good stamped image. Turn the stamp each time. It's okay if you overlap a little bit. Wipe off my block there. Must have rocked my block. Really gonna not worry too much about the center, worry more about the edges. Just keep rotating this, stamping it. Let's do one this way, I guess. Make sure some of them hang off the edge. Must be rocking my block because I keep getting ink on my block and I got a spot of ink there. That one didn't come out very well. Let's see if I can stamp it again. That's a little better. Let's see, turn it this way. One more here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, we're done with this color. Now we're going to bring in our scrap paper and our sentiment and the espresso ink. It says, praying for friends to comfort you, faith to uphold you, and loving memories to heal your heart. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on my scrap. Perfect. I'm going to bring in my die machine. Just rearrange my room a little bit. Forgot where I put it. And this die here. So I'm going to start with one base plate. And then two cutting plates. Haven't used this one in a while, I almost forgot. Okay. Sure the words are going parallel with the top and bottom. Bring that through. Okay, I've got that piece then. Put this away. Alright, now I'm going to take my scratch paper. And this piece I just cut, I'm going to take an old olive marker and I'm going to trace around the edges. I'm just going to trace around the edge. It's going to leave a little bit of a green border on it so it looks like it's matted. Don't be afraid to move your piece. Okay, two more sides. Okay, there's that. Now let's bring in that first piece we stamped. Where did it go? Oh my goodness gracious. There it is. And we're going to bring in the old olive, the light. This is actually light granny apple. So we're going to color these leaves with the granny apple. And this one's almost out of ink, so let's use the other side. Again, don't be afraid to move your paper so it feels more comfortable for you to color. Okay, then I'm going to bring in the old olive. And on one side of these leaves, I'm going to do some old olive. Just going to pick a side. There's no right or wrong. Okay, then on these olives, I'm going to do a little bit of the old olive, like in a highlight area. I'm going to come in with dark soft suede, and I'm going to color those with the soft suede. And it does get a little bit lighter. Let me show you what my inspiration was for this. I was given this by my sister, and so this was my inspiration for this card. Okay, now we can put it together. We've got all of our pieces. So first we're going to mount this old olive piece to our card. Now you don't have to cut the center out. I'm just trying, since I'm on a no spending, I'm trying to save as much paper as I can. Okay, that's going to go on the front of our card. And this one that we stamped is going to go on top of that. It's going to have a 1/8 of an inch border all the way around because it's a 1/4 inch smaller than the front of the card. Oops, trying to scooch the old olive a little bit, but alright. We're going to bring this piece in. We're going to bring in some dimensionals. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of it. Take those backs off. I'm going to center this on the card. I'm going to put it a little bit over towards the left, and since I have this bad spot, I'm actually going to lower it a little bit too. So it'll be a little bit different than my original. I think I want it there. I'm going to bring in my sentiment, and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of it as well. Now my original, I had it down in this area. I might want to put it someplace else. I guess I'm going to stick it in that same sort of area. Okay. And then this side, I need it to be a little bit higher. So I'm going to come in and take a 1/2 of a dot. Stick it underneath there, right on top of that other one, so that it's doubled up there. Okay. All right, now to embellish it. I tied a little tiny bow out of this green twine that I had in my stash. I'm going to trim it a little. It's a little fuzzy. Oops. Okay, let's bring in a glue dot. Stick it on the glue dot. Let's see. Trying to decide where I'd like it at a different location. I want to still be able to read that, so I guess I'll just go ahead and put it where I've put the other one. Okay, then I'm going to bring in some dots. There's these that kind of go with the, where there's the golder ones. Let's try the golder ones this time. So I put a large one. There we go. So there's the card we just made together. Here's the one I did previously. And thank you so much for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper. Have a great one, everyone. Till next time.